Let's negotiate. It doesn't make sense. He said he has a heart for Summerfield. What he's doing does not display that he has a heart for Summerfield.
It is crunch time for many who live in the northwestern Guilford County town of Summerfield, but there are indications tonight. Legislation, they say, could affect not only their town, but their quality of life will not be voted on in the North Carolina General Assembly tomorrow after all. Good evening and welcome to the Fox 8 10 o'clock news. I'm Neil McNeil.
And I'm Katie Nordine. Last week, the state Senate approved the second reading of a bill that would literally take nearly 1,000 acres of land out of the city limits and pave the way for a developer to build a controversial housing and retail project. The town council has turned down twice. Now, all of this has been the focus of intense negotiations between the town and the developer's representative today.
But now it appears the state Senate has withdrawn this bill from tomorrow's calendar, meaning it won't consider a third reading and then it won't head to the House tomorrow for a vote. The mayor says the Senate agreed to put this vote off for at least a day because negotiations have been proceeding positively. All this was part of an emergency town council meeting late today. Fox 8's Justin Lundy was there, joins us now in the studios with details. Justin.
Yes, Neil, Katie, the town council spent more than an hour and a half in a closed session talking with developer David Couch's attorney. In the end, they approved a motion to reconsider this development proposal, and the mayor blames the decision on pressure from state legislators.
Summerfield started with a stroke of a pen, and Summerfield could end with a stroke of a pen.
A stark reality for people in Summerfield. The fate of the town is in the hands of the General Assembly. Last week, the state Senate approved House Bill 5 after a second reading that would de-annex nearly 1,000 acres off of Pleasant Ridge Road, owned by developer David Couch. Earlier this year, Couch proposed building a community called the Villages of Summerfield Farms. It would include nearly 600 apartments as well as other retail and amenities. Members of the Summerfield Town Council turned down the proposal twice, so Couch took his concerns to Senator Phil Berger. And now, House Bill 5 is making its way through the General Assembly.
Got a motion, do we have a second?
During an emergency meeting Monday night, dozens of people showed up to learn what's going to happen next. The Summerfield Town Council, after an hour-long closed session, passed 3 resolutions of good faith in negotiating with Couch.
We're under a great deal of pressure from the North Carolina General Assembly, and anytime you have to look at a de-annexation the size of 973 plus acres in your town, it'd be the largest de-annexation in the state of North Carolina. It's never been done before. It's a very serious matter.
A matter community members like Jared Williams oppose. He says he's disappointed. It looks like the town council changed its minds after voting against de-annexation in April.
It's irresponsible level of development. It has absolutely zero limitations on the residential density.
Longtime resident Jeffrey Johnson also thinks the town can't handle a population increase.
I don't think that we have the infrastructure to support it, even if the water and sewer comes in. There's a whole lot of other stuff that needs to be taken care of. Schools are busting at the seams. Our roads are going to have to, something's going to have to be done because it's going to be impossible to get around town.
In the resolutions passed Monday night, the town approved the reconsideration of Couch's text amendment regarding how many apartments he could build. Also, a commitment to advocate for water system in the town that relies on well water, as well as a scenic coordinator to overwatch Mr. Couch's project. As the town awaits the outcome of House Bill 5, Sessoms has this message.
Well, we certainly understand the frustration of the people of Summerfield, but I think they know exactly where we are, that we're always listening to them, to their input. Ultimately, we are responsible to take care of the public interest and the public safety, and at this point, we're trying to make the best deal we can going forward for the town of Summerfield to protect our borders.
Again, the Senate has delayed the vote on House Bill 5 until at least Wednesday. At this point, it's unclear when or even if the state Senate will take this vote up and vote on it. Summerfield Mayor Tim Sessoms says the town council will reconsider Couch's amendment during another public meeting, which is scheduled to happen on September 28th. We'll keep you posted on what happens.